Imagine opening up a web page and you're greeted with all of these values of your operating system type, what browser you're using, the status of all your Bluetooth equipment, and worst of all, they're asking for your location. What did you get yourself into? But how did they do it? So on every window object, there's a property called navigator. This navigator property is an object in itself, and it returns information about the user client. This information can include things like your operating system, your browser and version of your browser, information about your Bluetooth devices, and it allows you to request information about the location as well. So if you've ever been to a site where they prompt you to ask for your location and you get the little box in the top corner that says allow or block, this is how you can do it. So to access this navigator object, all we have to do is call navigator. It's not a method, it's just an object. And if we log this to the console, so if we open up the console window here, we can see we have this navigator object. This navigator object has got many different properties on it, including Bluetooth, connection, geolocation, and many others that are information about the client. If we open up this geolocation object here, we can see that it has a couple different methods, and the one that we want right here is the get current position method. This is what's going to allow us to prompt for the current position of the user. So if we want to access this, all we have to do is say nav or navigator dot geolocation dot get current position, and this takes in a callback function. This callback function takes in a single parameter. I'll just call it POS for position, and all we have to do is console.log that POS. And if we save this here, we can see over here that it's prompting me for my location. I can allow or block it. Let's go ahead and allow it. Let's see what pops up in the console. So it looks like we've got this geolocation position that popped up here, and it looks like it's got an object called chords. And this chords object includes different things like the accuracy, the latitude, the longitude, and the timestamp of when I allow the position to be tracked. Now, the geolocation position is not always used for bad things. Generally, it's used for things like Google Maps or to get weather data about your current location. But it is possible to implement this in just about any browser. So just be aware of that whenever you're allowing or denying location access. So now let's take a look at this user agent data object. This object includes things like your browser and your platform or your operating system. It can also tell if you're using mobile or not. So let's dive in and see what exactly we can do here. So if we want to get the operating system of the current user, maybe we have a download and we need the current operating system of the user to specify the default download for that user. All we have to do, we'll just console.log it, is we need to go to nav.useragentdata.platform. And if we save that, we can see that we get Windows log to the console here. You can also access the browser information from here. You can see that we've got Google Chrome. Well, Chromium is the core of Google Chrome, and then you've got the brand Google Chrome installed. So if we wanted to log this out to the console, all we have to do is console.log, and we call the navigator object .userAgentData.brands index 0.brand. If we save that, we can see Chromium is the first one. And if we change this to a 1, we can see over here that we got Google Chrome. And that's the navigator object. If you want to learn more about the navigator object, I'll link the MDN article down below. You can check out all of the different properties on the navigator object, and you can check out all the different browser compatibilities. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.